Every moment is identical and complete in itself. Every single moment is identical and complete in itself. Every moment is identical and complete in itself. Any idea that there's something different going on is something that has been learned. Or another way we could state that is that it is misinformation. Anything that says that moments aren't identical and complete is misinformation. And for us in a practical way as human beings, in terms of our thinking, what that means is that we learn to take our thinking, whatever it is, as incomplete and not identical to any other thoughts we're having. So whatever appears in the mind from moment to moment, we compare it to some prior moment in time. And then we look to the future, projecting it out into that future and how it's going to compare to that. So what we learn is to not see things as identical and complete from moment to moment. The only way to see everything as unified, identical, and complete from moment to moment is to simply enjoy complete perceptual openness in all experience. When we learn that things aren't complete and identical, we learn to focus in on what's occurring and either accept it or reject it. We describe it in one way, and based on our description, we accept and reject what we see or what we hear or what we sense in any other way. Complete perceptual openness is just to relax the perception into wide open spaciousness. It's wide open, all-knowing, seeing, with no need to ever close in on anything in order to make sense of what's happening. No need to close in on any thought to make sense of what's happening. The appearance of thought, the appearance of anything is not it can't be separated from that complete openness. But the thought itself and its label and its description have absolutely no information that's worthwhile. So all of the words that appear in the dictionary and all of the definitions of them have absolutely no information that is worthwhile to our well-being. All the words in the dictionary, no matter what they are, point to a specific definition of something as existing in its own right, as something fixed, stable, and solid that can be depended upon in some way to describe a world and to describe meaning and significance about what appears. When we just completely relax our seeing without any need to focus on all of these descriptions that we've learned, then we find something that's already present in ourselves, but maybe it's something we have never noticed or recognized. So we're not finding anything new. We're just finding our natural seeing. We're discovering our natural wide open seeing and way of looking and sensing and experiencing a world. We're discovering, we're finding our natural state, but it isn't a destination we've gotten to. It's always been present throughout our entire life, from the very beginning of our life, even before our conception. This wide open seeing is always naturally present. When we completely relax our perception from this pinpointed focus, we see everything as it is. We can see in all directions at once. It's just like I don't have to look behind me to see that there, because there isn't any back or front in seeing. And relaxed openness, just the relaxed, spacious openness of what's immediately present and complete in itself. There's no need to enter into any other noise field about that. There's no need to enter into any other resonance or informational field about that. The entire space of information is wide open and free. The information is incidental, and it's only an appearance of that wide open sensory field. So most of us learn to fix our always already perceptual openness on whatever's appearing and focus on that. And when we do, we immediately disconnect from this openness in terms of our own experience. We completely disconnect from it. We go in to an individuated existence. We collapse into the idea of a self that isn't wide open. And we collapse into the idea of a self that relies on its own thinking and emotions to describe what's going on. And when we collapse into this individualized thinking and emotional field, then we're very restricted and limited. We're just restricted to that emotional field and its thinking and sensing and what we as an individual history have learned to describe about that. And so we live on the head of a pin. Living on the head of a pin is a very small space.